You're not saying words that somehow God is awake at that time and listening and making a tally. Did he wake up this morning? Yep. Oh, he missed that day. Oh, I'm going to put a cross against his name.
Like, what is Amrit Vela and what we get from this tuk? Amrit Vela sachna vadiyai vichar karmi ave kappada nadri moktuar.
So the question is, what is Amrit Vela? The golden hour, the nectar moment, Amrit Vela. And the quote given from the Japji Sahib has to be understood by seeing the question that comes before it. You know the question before it? The question says, Fer ke agge rakhiye jit dise darbar. Mahau ke bolan boliye jit sun tare pyar, Amrit Vela sach now vadiyai vichar. So the general understanding is that spiritual masters have recommended to wake up early in the morning and practice changing the words in your head to spiritual language. Make that the first thing that you do. And you'll notice that most of us, when we wake up, the dialogue that goes off in our head is like we're already late for 10 things. There's already 10 things that we haven't done the moment that we've woken up. So if you try and meditate when you wake up at your normal time, you're then fighting with all those other responsibilities and priorities that are bombarding your mind. The masters say, wake up when you don't have to deal with all of those things just yet. Simple example, if you have to get up and straight away start getting ready for work, make your breakfast, drop the kids to school, all those sorts of things, that starts at a certain time. Notice when you wake up in the middle of the night. Notice when you can't sleep. There's nothing else to do. It's not that all those things aren't there. They will be there at the appropriate time in the morning. But there is a golden hour before that. It says that that hour is sweet like honey. Amrit Vela. It is the moment of honey, the moment of sweet nectar. Because that is the only time that you can sit and actually be free from that bombardment of your mind. So the question before that verse comes up is, what offering should I have made in order for me to have seen God? Thinking that most people assume that you have to go to a temple somewhere. The tradition is that you go to a temple, you make an offering, you take some flowers, you take some fruit, you take something and say, God, I wish to have your vision. Fer ke agge rakhiye, jit disse darbar, where I can see your grandeur. What words should I speak? What prayers should come out of my mouth? Moho ke bolan boliye, jit sun tare pyar. So the first thing is, what am I supposed to give up? What is my offering? He says, give up your time. Give up your time. Because when you wake up at your normal hour, your self-importance kicks in. All the things that you need to do. He said, if you don't want to make your life about your self-importance, you want to see God, wake up a little bit earlier when your self-importance is a little bit diminished. That is the offering that you should make. That is the commitment. What words should I speak that I may hear and feel your love? Amrit Vela sach now. In the early hours of the morning, speak the name of the ultimate truth. Recite the highest wisdom, vadiyai vichar. So, again, it is not prescriptive, saying that you must only do a certain prayers from a certain scripture. Whatever your tradition is, whatever your background is, try the very practical wisdom of waking up slightly earlier than you need to. But be very clear on what you're doing. You're not saying words that somehow God is awake at that time and listening and making a tally. Did he wake up this morning? Yep. Oh, he missed that day. Oh, I'm going to put a cross against his name. See, what we've done is we've made God into Santa Claus. You better watch out. You better not cry. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. That's what we've done. The songs that we sang as children to a fictitious character called Santa Claus, we grew up into adults and we carried on believing in that Santa Claus, except we called it God. So we think God is looking and watching, like, again, some guy sitting in the clouds. There is no one sitting in the clouds. Badla ch koi nahi baitha. There is no one there. Stop looking up there. How will you wake up in the morning knowing that there is no one out there? You'll do one of two things. You'll either say, no one there. I don't need to do anything. Or, there is still a truth, but I've just been looking in the wrong places. So, it is a very practical spiritual guidance that has been around for as long as spiritual wisdom has been around. Wake up earlier than your mind starts bombarding you and make a story about the divine truth, not about your life. Sing those words and notice how that starts to add fragrance throughout the rest of your day.